the way the case studies are aligned to the learning objectives. Believe me, many of the business schools in India are not able to do it. And when I'm saying this, I have exposure of the multiple of them.
The way this program has been structured, that is very different than what other probably in ISM or in CAP SIPS does it.
I'm correlating it to PMP and CPSM that I have done, but this is different. I mean, this completely challenges you. It changes your perspective.
I was really confused whether to go to SIPS, whether to go something else, or this one. But I'm definitely happy now that I chose this one. This is really going to be helpful for me in the near future as well.
There are many things which I really liked, and maybe I'm highlighting few of them because of time and all thing. I think first is it was very structured, the way we started, like with the funnel part, and very structured way all the topics were covered, so that you realize like this thing is coming after that, so that you can remember those things. So first was that. Thank you so much for that. Second was live case studies, like many times we have I would say prepared case studies, but learning from live case studies is a different ball game altogether. And how you facilitated those discussions, and I'm also thankful to the entire group also, because I think we had a lot of learnings together, a lot of discussions, arguments.
Having 18 years of total work experience, 15 years into procurement, I always used to think I can take care of all such things easily. But the way this session, all those 8 sessions, I think went by, I was all into those 8 sessions. Not even 1 minute I would have thought that I am out of the session. So I was deep inside all such matters. Everyone talked about the funnel, the bargaining power, the other pieces. So I think the real case studies really helped resonating whatever we have done in the past, whatever is going to come our way. I have failed personally, but now going through all those real-time examples and the sessions and the learnings from this course is really going to help us. Of course, looking at it from a different lens, that has helped. And special thanks to Manya, who was approaching me. I was really confused whether to go to SIPS, whether to go something else, or this one. But I'm definitely happy now that I chose this one. This is really going to be helpful for me in the near future as well.
There are a lot of learnings. I mean, I just cannot choose what is the best three, but a lot of learnings. And thanks to you. I mean, the sessions were fantastic. The case studies were great, and a special thanks to all the people who participated in the case studies, because whenever I used to think that my perspective is the best perspective in the case study, there used to be someone coming up with a point, and then I was I had to take a backseat, saying that no, this guy is making sense. Probably that's the best way of looking at a problem. So, and of course, when we used to summarize the case studies, knowing your perspective, Omid, made it completely different. I mean, made it completely, uh, out of the box kind of a scenario. So that was great. Again, second point, Omid, I'm sure a lot of us has done the other, some similar kind of courses as well. Like I'm correlating it to PMP and CPSM that I have done, but this is different. I mean, this completely challenges you. It changes your perspective about negotiation. It's just not talking about some technical terms like do this, do that, and this is the scenario fit in this solution. It is more real life, and it's really great.
The biggest point I have learned, and that was actually my real life difficulty, is negotiating with your internal teams or internal customers. So my success factor depends on how I can negotiate with my internal teams. Then the second thing, whatever I have learned, actually there are many points and it's difficult to put it in words. The second thing, whatever I have learned, is the funnel part and how I'm twisting the knife. Because if I see my current scenario, those two things are very helpful for me. And tomorrow, actually, I have a leadership meeting, executive leadership meeting, when I'm going to use all these things in my side as my weapons. So thank you, Omid. And I have already actually suggested a couple of my friends in the industry that this is a very good course and please go for it.
The energy of the participants, oh my goodness, I mean, it is absolutely brilliant, right? Normally in a group of around 15, 20, I only see around 2, 3 participants having energy to contribute, right? 2, 3, 4, or maximum 5. Everyone here was contributing equally. I mean, wherever we had discussions, we had group discussions, we had discussions on case studies. So some of us may not have been finding time to pre-read the case studies, but once they are onto a group, they have a brilliant energy level. I mean, all kudos to all the participants. And believe me that the quality of alignment of the case studies with the overall objective of this particular course, it is really not easy to do that. And the kind of experience you have brought in, I'm really appreciative of that.
After completing this course, I don't think so I need to now attend any other course. So this has completely changed my perspective looking at the problem. How can we tackle in different in a different manner? So thanks a lot.
A lot of credit goes to the selection of this group also. People came from a wide spectrum of experience and different field altogether. I have learned many things because uh, personally, if I say I'm not a talkative person, but I saw many of them were very good in verbatim. They could able to converse their thoughts very quickly. I learned many things, and Omid, the way they use summarize things, though people speak about, people give different version, but you quickly summarize, and it is in a presentable format. Thank you so much. Thanks to everyone. Thank you.
First of all, thank you very much. Like everybody said that you have nailed it actually. The way you gave the examples and also most of the examples are related to our day-to-day work, which is very useful for us. So some of the answers which you gave to us, the key parameters, so those are very good takeaways for us. So since we are in this same procurement thing, so we know now at least to manage our work in a constructive way rather than just moving out with some other thoughts. And yeah, it was very useful. And also I want to thank Manya and thanks for everybody. And it was a great teamwork. That teamwork was very helpful and it was motivating. Like we came to know like how the other party, that is the supplier, sits. So sometimes we are supplier and the others are buyers. So now we know like how supplier will come to us on the table, how to discuss with us. So always I feel that buyer will be on a driving side, and sometimes even supplier will be on driver side is what good examples. Really appreciated. Thank you very much.
So I have never seen any program or certification where we have direct access to the founder themselves. I mean, that now we know why people call you as the godfather of negotiation. I mean, so there are practical examples, real life examples, scenarios, case studies that we were having access. Probably, it is more of a school. I mean, I would say classwork than what we have experienced for this last 8 days, so which has actually made us also, I mean, the concepts are probably, we are well aware about the concept, but the way how you interpret the situation and then case studies, and then probably, it has really, it has helped us to kind of look at the procurement from a different angle. Probably, we have to look for, I mean, those are all the concepts which we'll always reflect on whenever we are going for a negotiation. I'm sure, I think the pay for performance, ROSM metrics, I mean, all those things, I think, which by now, I think by default, I think that will come on our mind, and then which is very helpful, as a key takeaway from the negotiation. And the way this program has been structured, that is very different than what other probably in ISM or in CAP SIPs does it. That's very very helpful, and then happy to be part of this program. And I'm sure, I think everybody will carry this same learning, and then we'll keep connected, and then keep motivating and keep adding value to the procurement field. Whatever that we can bring in, then it's always good for the organization, and as an individual also, it is also helpful. Thank you very much. Thank you, Manya, and the whole team.
It's fascinating that the amount of data and information that you have presented to us, and with such a detailed explanation and deep dive in each and every concept with real life case studies. In 8 classes, I don't think 8 classes, if anyone else is doing, would be enough to cover the amount of information and data that you have covered. And obviously with the cases, when the group cases and everything, as we all say, the real life applications will leave a much longer impact on your mind than a theoretical explanation, right? And that is what the CPSM course has done to me. And I mean, back in our mind, we know what we are talking about, but how to put this to an application is something which we have learned here. The case studies were amazing. The concepts were amazing, and any concept that you have introduced is not a useless concept. As you rightly said, that we know what we need to do. So basics are something which we all know. What we need to know extra is something that we have discussed here. And one important point that I'm going to take away here is procurement is not a support function. Procurement is a business function. Each and every event, each and every decision that procurement takes affect business greatly. And how to make it positive is something which is in our hand.
First of all, I've learned a lot of things. Okay. New terms, okay, new definitions. I mean, end result, ROSM, and the contractual part, okay, which is something new. I mean, this contracts terms I have never come across, and the real life case studies, okay, that was very insightful. It it opened a new lens for me, okay, seeing that this also happens, okay. So thank you so much, Umid, and I would also like to appreciate Manya and the team. Okay, it was really an honor to share this stage with the senior stalwarts. I interacted with them a lot, okay, across the team. So thank you, everyone.
See, basically, I'm from a pharmaceutical background, and we never come across the contracts negotiations. So I came to know here look the issue in a specific issue from different perspectives, and understand the others' view, what they are thinking, and what they are thinking, and how do they resolve the issue. And I enjoyed the discussions on real cases, and I believe surely the outcomes from the discussions definitely truly help us in our career. And thanks, Amit. Thanks to Completers team for arranging this great.
A lot of practical example which was really help to understand. And if I see from professional way, I would take that everything should be on performance based. That I remember very well, and it is really, it will be helpful for me. Also, some of the activities like responsibility should not be on a share basis. So that is another, I would say, the learning. And